question I ever got was, what is your legacy? Not a material legacy, but if life stops here, how do you want to be remembered? What is that energy? How do people see you? This podcast series is a result of that question, what is my legacy? A phoenix is burning itself on a funeral pyre and rising from the ashes with renewed youth to live through another cycle. This fertile ash is filled with phoenix frequencies of compassion, love, forgiveness, intuition, wisdom, generosity, resilience, creativity, and evolution and involution. I've been in the ashes. I give voice to my phoenix. I share how I pioneer with ease. That's a lifestyle, a choice. I'm Nienke van Bezooyen, and I welcome you to listen and invite you to rise. Welcome to the Phoenix Frequencies. I am sitting in the testing room of a specialized audiology center. On my functioning right side, where I can still hear, I'm wearing noise-cancelling headphones. On my left side, the deaf side, I have a test device and I'm curious. In a moment, I have to repeat the words they were going to expose to me. Since I became deaf after surgery in 2020, this has always been a confrontational test. Knowing you are supposed to hear something, but there is only a very distant, vague sound at the best. For years I've practiced to increase my skull capacity for sound transference by bone. That was the physiological challenge I took seriously to optimize the neuroplasticity of my brain. Teaming up with my body as a companion to create the possibilities, different options, against all odds and the different medical predictions. The other aspect of being deaf was that what I've shared on several occasions before, the more deaf I became, the better I could hear. The unspoken, what I'm picking up as a frequency or an energy, how I read people by their body language combined with my intuitive guidance. It wasn't that my deepened hearing was fading out, it was the physiological hearing that was added as a bonus now. But I noticed hearing with one ear became tiring, and the last hearing test in March showed that I was no longer picking up the 100% with my right side any longer. My sensing is good, but it doesn't keep me safe in traffic, and it isn't always fast or reliable enough in conversations or in a larger group. Yet, at the latest test showed an unexpected other outcome. I picked up 2 vowels by bone resonance, a sound that gave me hope. So my ENT professor agreed for further testing. So here I am, in the testing room, noise cancelling on my good side, full concentration, eyes closed, so I've no distraction. And then, word after word, I pick up. Slightly more difficult after the volume was tempered, but 90% of all words I repeated back were correct. The person in front of me was flabbergasted, and he wanted to see that I hadn't cheated. So we put on full noise cancelling and took the test device off my skull. 0%, just a vague murmuring sound like a distant echo when you are underwater. My world has become so much bigger again since I've been testing for several weeks these devices. And oh boy, was I tired when my brain patterns were invited to become active again. In my teamwork with my brain, it became a fine line between activation, celebration, and resting. And if all goes as expected, I'm up for a BCD, a bone-conducted device. And I'm deeply grateful for today's developed technology. But what I learned most was that hearing is not only a physical thing, not for myself and not for others. It's a trap to listen from the perspective of past experiences. That will deeply influence what you can hear. Sometimes it helps to repeat exactly the spoken words, just as in my test environment. Reflecting back exactly what is said helps both the listener as the receiving part and the sender by providing a mirror check if the inner listening and outer framing of the words are a match or a mismatch. Listening and hearing can be blurred by a very loud inner voice overrating what is said outside. The inner voice is simply too loud to listen. That can happen when outer words trigger something you don't like, something that hurts your feelings or bring painful memories back. In those moments, listening is shut off as a protection mechanism. I learned from being deaf that what I previously knew theoretically, listening to what you can hear, is difficult if you carry too much inner sound with you that comes from your mind. Listening to what you need to hear becomes easier when you listen from your neutral heart. It means staying out of feeling ashamed if you miss things out, because your intent was clean as possible, and you listened from love. So, hearing all this, what do you hear, and how are you listening?